know, I know. I get it, you missed me. You've missed me. Ah, 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 wow, annoying. Annoying. So annoying. Ah. Don't forget about him. Calm down now, all three of you. Yeah? Calm down. Calm down. You're not, you're still a puppy. I'm back in my parents' house down in Somerset. Come down for a few days. I don't know if anyone else gets this, but when you've been driving for so long and staring at the same outside the same window, you just go a bit weird. Delirious? Is that the right term of phrase? Not gonna lie. Don't know what I'm gonna do for these next few days. I just thought I'll mix it up. Get a different scenery. You know, I'm very lucky at the fact that I can just hop in a car and drive down somewhere that I know I'll be accepted into. So, but I do have a little bit of admin to do in terms of applications. So I'm gonna get along. Hi guys, it's actually the next day. The admin side of it didn't last very long because I ended up realising that it's towards the tax year. So I decided to do just some basic numbers on how I'm doing financially for the tax year, and then and then I started to apply for the Arts Council grant, which is basically, you basically say what your project is, if you're able to get funding for it to help with the costs, and obviously get paid to enhance your creative needs, and you know, to be able to feed this hungry dog, because you know, he's just fighting because he's playing with me, but it's fine. Thought, instead of showing you time lapse of that, because it was just me sitting on my bed in like loads of throws and stuff, I would actually show you a piece of artwork that I don't believe I've shown you it before, and it's a sculpture piece from when I was back at university. Sorry, my dog's just seen a neighbour literally just walk by and they just go bananas. A piece that I did back in university in my 3rd year, I want to say, and for me it was kind of the clicking moment of sculpture is going to be one of the cases that one of the meanings that I will always kind of gravitate towards when it comes to carving, as in carving away, not adding carving, because adding carving is more like painting carving, because it's more like application, whereas this one is carve away what you've already casted to then pour into and then carve eventually. But I thought I'd give you a good look at it because I do enjoy a good art therapy session of just talking about your artwork. So here it is. Now I know that this isn't the greatest, setup in the world, but I will eventually bring you a bit closer so you can actually probably look at the marks. But for now, this is the hashtag no money artist part. But like I said, I've done with a lot less, and I've got Gus as a feature dog, or maybe not. Decided he doesn't want to be here. So this is the sculpture piece that I created by some leftover boxes of polystyrene left in my university art studio, and I was like, for some reason I instantly went, I want to cast in that, so I did. Plaster is a very cheap material to use, so I just went, where's your plaster? Started mixing plaster, filled it up, put in between the slots some square pieces, let it set and dry, then I just started to carve out of it. So this is actually the casting of inside of that box, because you can kind of see where the polystyrene was flat against it and flush, and then where the top of the artwork was. So this actually is upside down. So just imagine a box around it. So that would have been the carving that I would have taken out. Most of the marks came from polystyrene, but we do have a few little bits which are from the original carving, which are these parts, which are very flat, because I didn't realise this, the polystyrene took up quite a lot of space, and even though I didn't get, it still made an impact that I thought was just stunning and a way forward for me to work in terms of my interests and practice, because sculpture wasn't really a thing that I gravitated towards naturally until this point. On this side, this is actually where I cut open. I did actually chop this piece in half, and you can kind of guess where I did it, and it's this kind of section here, and that worked really well because even though you're cutting it in half, it doesn't seal properly together. There's actually a gap, so when plaster was poured back into it, plaster filled in the inlays, and you can see kind of the lovely bits of mark making, and it's flat, which is a really nice setting point, because if it was just a whole lot of this texture, yeah, it's great, but it can be a bit too much and you don't know naturally where your eye would set to rest. So I'm going to give you a quick close-up of this, a proper close-up that is. I'll do my very best in this bedroom because money. Quite nice to see it up against a olive kind of green carpet. One thing I actually have been sent to me, that is an artwork that I put up into an exhibition. Now I actually haven't all quite remember what exhibition it is, because it's just one of those things that I just forget. I get asked to go to an exhibition or art gallery and I send it off and go, yep, that's fine, cool, get rid of it. Send it out, get it to see the world, and then I forget completely what I actually sent. So this is going to be a very nice surprise. I'm going to go grab it, we're going to open it together, and then we're going to see it and discuss it as well, because I feel like today is very much a arty discussion. Okay, quick find some scissors, so I've got a knife instead. Please be careful, because the knife is sharp. Knives are sharp, and we want to be sensible, my child. Especially when the dog's sniffing around. Ooh, okay, so yeah, I think it is a print that I did back when I was in university. Yes, it is. And it has survived the journey. You might recognise this one if you've been on my channel for a while. Let's try and get it without a glare. There we go. So I won't tell you again about all the details with this print. I'll leave the link to the video about it, because I feel like that's a much more in-depth conversation. But yeah, I will say something though. You may notice a lot of my artwork that I've been submitting for my art galleries or any opportunities have been a lot towards being at uni or being at college, there's not really much work that is present within the last, probably been in the last 2 years, and that is because in university and college I did a lot of work because I was doing it full time, and I could, let's say, within 3 months bring out an artwork. That was my finished product at that time. But now that I've moved into full-time job and I'm not able to take as much time, I'm probably lucky to get one artwork out each year. Doesn't mean that the artworks that I've done previously aren't as good, or the ones I've put out aren't as good. It's just that you've got to find the right artwork that fits the premise of the exhibition. So this one was much more of a print because it was a print exhibition. Obviously there are other prints, but they were more much mixed media. You know, the ones that I've just submitted for the ones I've just got back from Mary's Market in St Helens, they are more modern, whereas this one is a lot more older, but it still has the characteristics and the general genre of me. Whereas my recent work are a lot more less guided and they are much more purely me, where the ones that I did back at university and college, it was very much experimentation, so they're very more broader, whereas the ones that I'm doing now are much more refined because they're what I want to do and not restricted. But again, it's not the whole the ones at university or college aren't as good as the ones I'm doing now, or vice versa. It just comes down to the fact of what actually suits that application, because I don't want to submit something that is, you know, sometimes they ask for payment before you even get to the exhibition. I don't want to waste any of that time or any of that effort of putting an application in, so I choose what is most relevant. And if that happens to be an artwork from 8 years ago compared to one that I did last week, it's a very fine line of trying to get the right balance of making sure I get into the right exhibition, but also showing you an artwork that is still relevant to me in the very day, because there's still artworks that I have since I was about 14. I have a giant apple painting and I've submitted that in a couple of exhibitions recently, and it's still relevant even though it's 14 years old. You know, art never really has a sell by date, and it's still me because I still have a connection to it and all those lovely little feelings when you look at artwork. But yeah, I thought I'd just say that because, you know what, why not? I'm actually going to end this video here. I know it's been a very chatty kind of video with you today, and it's been a bit of a mixture, but for me I want to make sure that I'm actually enjoying being home, because at the moment my parents are at work and I'm still going to be doing some bits of artwork. I am actually planning to go to Bath tomorrow, depending on whether or not I want to film it or not, or I'm just going to take the day out for myself. But I am seeing a few friends, seeing a few family members, and I want to make sure that even though I'm recording this part, giving myself enough time to actually give myself a break, because when you're off from work you want to have a proper time off work or on holiday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. In my description box there are links to all my social medias and also my eBay selling account, which is where you'll find all my artworks that I feature on my channel. That's a couple of extras, plus this one I've just shown you. Maybe a little sculpture one yet. I don't think I'll be selling that one. That one will probably be just for exhibitions, but we'll see. We shall see. In the meantime, there's also a PayPal's donation page. If you'd like to make a donation, that'd be appreciated. If you can't do any of that, don't worry about it. It happens to all of us. Please just like and subscribe, because it does make my life a little bit easier to get along with. But yeah, thanks again. I shall see you guys later. Bye.